Hey everybody, it's DeAndre Yedlin. Can't wait to play here in black and white at St. James's Park. Ready to get started.
Hello Newcastle Fans TV. Sorry this video's out late. This is because I've got in from filming myself, which was great at St James's Park. Bumped into more Diarmy. Right, so anyways, DeAndre Yedlin, that was him announcing himself to the world that he's a Newcastle United player, which is fantastic. We'll have a little chat about what he said in a second, some stats, and we'll also go on the whiteboard as well, and we'll have a look where he can fit into the side as well. So this was him arriving at the airport last night. So yeah, that was him arriving last night. What he went out and said, which was on the official website, he said, Newcastle is such a big and historic club. I'm excited and have the honour to play for them. Hopefully I can do great things here. I'm excited to learn under Rafa Benitez. He's amazing a resume and I know will help me improve a lot. I can't wait to get started. What Rafa said about Yedlin, we have known a little while of Watford's interest in Daryl Janmaat. So it was important for us to bring in a replacement immediately. In DeAndre, we have a player who knows English football well. He has good experience and attacking mentality, ability and great pace. I think he can do really well for us and give us great competition on the right. So yeah, the Daryl Janmaat video, by the way, will be coming up. I've got to do 7 videos. I'm just behind everything at the minute. So he signed, which is fantastic. We're going to have a look at the whiteboard and where he'll fit into the side.
So we're on the mobile footage, so this is probably close enough to the lineup that Rafa might play against Brighton. But if we look on here, this is interesting on the right hand side. I think with Yedlin and his pace, because Yedlin is a little bit more forward if you go across, Dummett's quite high up, whereas Yedlin will be coming out a little bit. Now with Yedlin having great pace, I've put an arrow down there because I think with Yedlin as an attacking threat, Richie can come in a little bit and use his left foot. He doesn't always have to go down Richie. And Yedlin, I think Yedlin's really pacey, very quick, so he can get down the byline quicker than Janmaat can. Janmaat's very strong at going forward, but Yedlin can get up quicker, especially on a counter as well. He's electrifying. He's possibly going to be the quickest player at the club. Sunderland fans can echo that as well. Going back defensively though, that's probably his weak point. Sunderland conceded a lot of goals last season with him at right back. I know it wasn't all his fault, but going back defensively, I think we'll have to see how that comes. But on the positive, going backwards, he's very quick at getting back on the counter. So that's how I think Newcastle could potentially line up on that right flank this season.
So that's where I think Newcastle could potentially line up as well. He can also push in as a wing-back system as well. Let me know how you think he might fit in. Do you agree with that? Right, so let's fire some stats at you. So Yedlin was born on the 9th of July, which was in Seattle, which is in Washington. He's only 5'8", so he's quite relatively small. Very stocky though, a very muscly lad. Electrifying pace, hasn't he? He's went in through the youngsters Seattle, he went through their B side and then he broke into the first team. He's played in the MLS All-Star team, which is basically like a fantasy football All-Star team, plays against one of the top European sides. That was in 2013 when they played Roma. Obviously he's got massive loads of caps for the USA, which I've already mentioned. He's got hitting almost 40, that's quite impressive, you know, for a 23-year-old, you know. He could literally go on and break 100 barrier within a few years, you know. He's played in the World Cup in Brazil in 2014. He's also played in the Copa America as well a couple of years later. He made his Premier League debut for Tottenham against Villa in April 2015 because when Spurs bought him, loaned him back out to Seattle, and then he obviously joined in the summer as well. Found competition at Spurs a little bit difficult with Kyle Walker, so he was sent out on loan to Sunderland last season, which he made 25 appearances in all competitions as well. So he's familiar with Newcastle. I don't think it'll take him long to bed in because he lives in Newcastle. Shock horror, a Sunderland player lives in Newcastle. So you'll not take long. You'll probably move to the area where he's just moved out of. But it's a good addition. He's young, plenty of years, long-term contract, you know, 5-year deal. Question though, which will probably spark some debate. I'm sure you'll let us know in your comments. Is he better than Daryl Janmaat overall? I think we won't miss Janmaat in the Premier League and the Championship. In the Premier League, though, I think that's when Yedlin will be tested, because Sunderland did ship in a lot of goals last season with him in the side. It wasn't just his fault, of course, but he's up going forward. He's electrifying pace, so hopefully we can use him on the counter both ways, attack and defence. Fantastic, another signing through the door. Let me know what you think of Yedlin signing. I've been Lee on behalf of Newcastle Fans TV. See you later.